Hello and welcome to this great video on the power factor, which is equivalent to cos theta.
But random ENGG104 student, why is it so important?
Good question, I'll tell you why. If we get the power formula that we all know and love, P equals IV, and sub in the sign equations for AC current and voltage, after some algebra and some trig, we'll end up with power equals peak voltage times peak current cos theta over 2. And that's the same as RMS current and voltage cos theta.
Do not forget which one's peak to peak and RMS, or else it will be your undoing.
I'm sure you noticed, but there's cos theta, our power factor. Cos theta ranges from 1 to 0, and it affects immensely how much apparent power is turned into true power. It acts like a percentage, 1 meaning all the power is used, 0 meaning none of the power is used. Apparent power and true power can be a little confusing, but there's a good analogy to explain it. Imagine you're at the pub and you buy a beer. The server slides you one tall glass, and you think it's completely full. But in reality, some of the beer is foam. One second. I'm committed to this analogy. Oh god. That didn't quite work. The glass is the apparent power. That's how much you're buying. True power is the beer that's actually there. That's what you're actually going to drink. Now, a new one, reactive power, is the froth that you're paying for but you can't use. That can be represented in a triangle, and that angle in the triangle is the same angle in your power factor. You can use trig to see that the power factor is equal to true power over the apparent power. The theta in the power factor is the phase difference between current and voltage. When it comes to a resistor, there is no phase difference between current and voltage. So that means the power factor equals 1. All the power created is used in the resistor, which makes sense because that's what they're used for. When it comes to a capacitor and an inductor, there's a 90-degree phase difference. That means a power factor of 0. Now this means that power generated is 0. This also makes sense because, as we know, capacitors and inductors not use up electricity in a perfect world. They only store it and release it. So we're not in a perfect world, so 0 power factor is impossible to achieve. Really? This is because inside the inductor and capacitor there's internal resistances. That will use up power. Their power factors are the same, but we do differentiate between them by saying the power factor is leading or lagging. When the current is leading, that's a leading power factor, and that would be in the case of a capacitor. When the current is lagging, it's a lagging power factor, and that's the inductor.
This is a sheet with relevant formulas. Thank you for watching, and remember, with great power comes a greater power factor.